Okay, guys, so long story short, there was a time in my life when I would go on many different dates with many different people all the time. And it's not like I was searching for the one or whatever, or absolutely not that I was desperate. I was just having fun. Simple as that. I just loved meeting new people. It was so exciting for me when you don't know someone, and you know, what better way to arrange such dates than Tinder, right? So for all of you who are going to be attending a Tinder date, I have great fragrances for you to choose from, and they are all quite sexy for sure, slightly louder, and yeah, that's pretty much it, and long lasting as usual on my channel. And if you're new here, don't be new, be an OG. It doesn't take long for us to get to know each other, so subscribe and let's jump right in. The first fragrance is Ce Soir from BDK. And if you don't know, Ce Soir means not tonight, my darling. So if you are going on a Tinder date, but at the end of it you want to say Ce Soir, then wear Ce Soir, obviously. I'm being cheesy here, but seriously, this is a very flirty fragrance that's fruity and peppery at the same time. To me, it smells like a strawberry chupa chup lollipop. This is how it smells, sprinkled with some pepper on top. Literally, it actually is very long lasting on me. Never had problems with that, and it does project, you know, on an arm's length or so. So not bad at all. I know people have different experiences with BDK, but honestly on me they always last. So I don't know what I'm doing right or wrong, but they do last on me. And Ce Soir is so good for, you know, that first date when you don't know the person, you don't know the vibe even. This is gonna be such a safe scent that is gonna make you feel very flirty and feminine and sexy, but you know, at the same time it's not gonna be too much. And I'm sure that your date is gonna be like, oh my god, you smell delicious and so different, because it is different, it is unique. So yeah, Ce Soir, fantastic one for your Tinder date, especially if you don't know the person at all, like you've never met. I mean, that's the whole thing of Tinder, but you know, it might be also a second Tinder date, right? So for second Tinder date, I would say, especially if it's the evening, I would go for Black Opium Extreme, because you know, this is that typical bad girl fragrance, but it's also sensual, and the extreme version is not as mainstream. It's a little bit more unique. It's drier, it has more coffee. It also has quite a bit of that patchouli, but I wouldn't say it's a nerfy scent, it's just drier. So yeah, I really like it. It's still very sweet, but to a point that it's not too much or not too cheap smelling. It's just a nice balance with that Black Opium, and it's very long lasting and projecting. So I highly recommend it, especially if you know that date is in the evening and you're going out, and maybe you're gonna hit the club in the evening as well after the dinner, whatever it might be. This is for us good girls who turn into bad girls after dark. I really like it. So that's the second one. The next one, I think it's very sexy actually. This is Kayali Sweet Diamond Pink Pepper, and it is like a peppery, a little bit more Middle Eastern version of Gentle Fluidity Gold or Intense Cafe, you know, a little bit. Way more spicy, but still, that vanilla here is amazing. I love the vanilla that they used in here. And this one really does project on me. The longevity very much varies. And I think it's due to the season that I wear it in. Because now when it's winter, it does last very well. And in the summertime, not always. So, you know, since Valentine's Day is in winter, I think it will perform very well. And this one is actually a good all-rounder because it's good for dinner only, but it's also good for clubbing. So, you know, you're gonna have it both ways with this one, and it's safe enough. Very good, very good. For a Tinder date, fantastic. Next one, I have a fragrance that is a cherry, and it's not Venom of Love. Of course, you can use Venom of Love. And of course it's on sale now for Valentine's Day, but I have an alternative, so I'm not just, you know, speaking about Venom of Love here. Another cherry that I think is very nice, because if you want to be that cool girl, kind of a rocker chic kind of a girl, you know, maybe a leather jacket, nice leather boots, distressed jeans, you know, you want to be just that cool, relaxed chick that is just so sexy doing nothing special, but you just are, then this is going to be perfect. This is Cherry Punk from room 1015, and this is a leather cherry fragrance. Very interesting. It is sweet, you know, that cherry is very similar to Venom of Love and Lost Cherry, but it's way less gourmandy. It is a little bit more cold of a fragrance, if you know what I mean. It is leather, so, you know, quite unisex, a little bit androgynous leaning in that background of that cherry. So it's a great one, really sexy, unique. It is just something that you definitely should check out before your date. And for room fragrances, I have a discount that is still active, and of course I will link it for you below, because I feel like the price of the fragrances is not that bad and you get very good quality, so that's great. So yes, Cherry Punk, if you like cherry and maybe you wanna save Venom of Love for someone more special, you know, simple as that. Maybe that person that you're gonna date has to be with you for the third date at least for you to wear your precious Venom. Then Cherry Punk is gonna be fantastic, especially if, you know, you wanna be that rock chick, relaxed, like, you know, I didn't care, I almost didn't shower, I considered not washing my hair, I just did it for myself, not for you. That kind of vibe, Cherry Punk is fantastic. You know, that relaxed, I didn't try too much, I just smell good because I always smell good. This is it. Good vibe actually, hey? Good vibe to have. Next one, I have, of course, if you want something super sweet and intense, then La Belle Parfum is going to be fantastic. This is a compliment magnet for men. They love it. It is very romantic, yet slightly darker than the original. It is going to be loud enough for you to go out properly, like, you know, dinner, then maybe clubbing or something. It is going to last you all night. And at the end of your night, when he hugs you, he gon' melt. So this is a good one, very, very good one for a Tinder date. You're surely gonna get a compliment or two or even three, and trust me, he will really want to hug you when you wear this. And don't tell me I didn't warn you. La Belle Parfum, fantastic for a Tinder date. And same is this. This brings the boys to the yard, as my another great favorite poet, Kayali, would say. Do you remember her? What is going on with her, guys? Tell me. I know she finished her career, but where is she? Like, where is she? I don't know. Dior Poison Girl. This is good. Now, this is for all of you who like Oriental fragrances, you know, fragrances that slightly lean Middle Eastern, but you don't want to scare your first date that you're wearing something like very heavy Middle Eastern oud or something. This is going to be like a nice, safe ground for you to wear something a little bit more, you know, rosy, balmy. This is such a beautiful balmy almond rose fragrance, and it doesn't get enough hype. I think it's because of the name, but I love it. This is that scent that I always have to have in my collection. It's exquisite and very sexy and very much appropriate for Tinder date. Every date, but Tinder date for sure. And you know what? I used to wear it for my Tinder dates as well. So take it from me. Okay. And by the way, you know, many of them didn't just end on one date, so it must have been good, right? The next one, it's way more fresh and flirty. If you are meeting that person during the daytime, maybe, if you're too scared for that first date to be during the nighttime, and good for you, my darling. This is BDK Parfums, and this is Belle Jouese. And I only have like a small version of it, but you know, they come in normal big bottles. First of all, I love the brand because they are very sustainable and they have eco-friendly packaging, and that's where they had me already. And this one is so flirty. I love it. This is kind of like Ce Soir, but even fresher, not as sweet. If you are too sweetened by Ce Soir, because it can be sweet, I think this one you will prefer even more. This one is so nice. And again, not many people talk about these fragrances from this brand, and they're so good. If I have any discount, I will put it on the screen and link below. But these fragrances are so good, they're long lasting, and this one is so flirty. Not too sexy, not too, you know, seductive and, you know, crazy dark. No, this is a fragrance that's just romantic, flirty, fun, feminine. Amazing. I love this fragrance. It is so good, you have no idea. If you haven't tried it already, you have to. And I really like the prices that they have. They're not bad at all. So highly recommend Belle Jouese from BDK Parfums. Perfect for the daytime. Another one that I think is going to be very much suitable for daytime, and I don't talk about it much because I feel like I see it everywhere. I mean, not on YouTube so much, but commercial wise, like every airport, every train station, whatever it might be, it's everywhere. And this is Fame by Paco Rabanne, and this is a woody mango scent. It is nice and sweet, and it's fun. And I think you might really like it. If you haven't tried it already, you might really like it. It's nothing, you know, extraordinary here, nothing out of this world, but I think it works. And if you want to be that person who's just fun and just smelling great, but again, I don't care that much kind of a vibe, this is going to be good. And again, another fragrance that it's great to take from day to night. Yeah, I really like it. It's a little bit like fruity, creamy, but also woody and very sweet, but it's nice. Oh, I have 3 more. Are you ready? Great Tinder date fragrance is Jimmy Choo I Want Choo Forever, and this is the darker cherried version of the original. The original is good enough, but this is better. Oh, so good. Oh, this is the scent of naughtiness. I love it. If you wanna do no good that night, you wear this. This is gonna help you. This is gonna put you in that mood of being a fun, carefree, but very sexy girl. This projects and lasts like no other. For the price point, you really cannot go wrong. One or the other, the OG or this, are gonna be fantastic. Of course, for the date purpose, I think this one is better. But in general, I Want Choo line is fantastic for lasting. It's just fantastic for that. And you're not paying that much. So I highly recommend it. If you like that kind of, you know, Carolina Herrera good girl vibe, but with so many added nicer facets, then I highly recommend it. This is like a sweet, dark cherry Jimmy Choo. So yeah, that's the one. And speaking of Herrera, of course, for a Tinder there must be some Herrera. So I have Good Girl, but I have the one that I like way more than the OG. This is the Supreme version. And Supreme or Supreme is the fruitiest out of them all. And it's also quite dark, very fun, very flirty. It is still that OG DNA, but again, there's more to it. Actually, technically, there's less because there's less notes, way less notes. That's what I meant. But it really does work phenomenal. Ooh, I love that. I love that because it's berry, but it's creamy, still quite white floral, sweet, but lovely. Just lovely. I really like this one. The Leger one is also great, but it's more like, you know, gloopy gourmand. This one is fun and party and just sexiness in the bottle. So this one I recommend way more than the original, which I don't like. I just don't like it. Okay, are you ready for the last Tinder fragrance? This is Scandal by Night. And of course, if you wanna evoke some scandal by night, then obviously wear it. Again, it does have cherry, but mainly it's a honey tuberose fragrance. Patchouli, honey, and tuberose. Very sweet again, but men really like it. Whoa. It's way different than any other cherry-based scent that I mentioned here. Way different than them. And this is a honey bomb, but you get tuberose in here and that dark cherry. It's a little bit boozy as well. Very, very nice fragrance. For a couple of times I thought about decluttering it, but I think I'm gonna keep it because it's really sexy. This is very loud, like really, really loud. If you want to be smelled by everyone in the room, then wear this because this is gonna definitely project. So this is the perfect night out, clubbing, flirting with strangers kind of a fragrance. So yeah, Scandal by Night, fantastic scent. And that is it, my darlings, for all my Tinder dating fragrances, meeting strangers, going clubbing, you know, all that naughty girl favorite things to do. I got you covered. So this is it, and thank you so much for watching, and see you in my next one. Bye.